What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Sonm. Now, Sonm has been around for a while. They underwent a swap 2021. They are currently got a low market cap. This is one that I think could do well, but there are a few causes for concern um, in terms of users and in terms of volume. Well, the volume isn't that bad. So I'll highlight what the pros and cons are. Let's see what this can do. I'll talk about the sort of highest I think it can possibly reach in the next bull cycle. And we'll take a look. And also, guys, we got to talk crypto FUD. FUD. There's an ending of a relationship. A massive American bank has foregone ties with a crypto exchange. This could be the start of a domino effect. We'll find out. But before I get into that, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned on this channel. You can go back over the videos. You can see me saying, I'm buying this, I own this. And had you put in $100 into each of these when I released videos about them, and you were still holding them, which means you've never sold them, which means you've done everything wrong, because you're meant to you're meant to sell an investment at some point, not just hold it forever and ever. If you sold them today, you'd be able to bank over 12 grand in profit, which is not bad considering you'd have done everything wrong. Now, what you should have done is sell these coins when the markets were rocketing up in 2021, like I did, like my followers did, like my friends did. And if you did, just $100 into each of these coins and selling in the highs of 2021 would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. So it's a big difference between doing what's right and what's wrong. Now, as I said, I sold these. They're not what I own, but if you want to see the coins I own right now, just head over to copymycrypto.com. On there, I share my entire portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy a coin, anytime I sell a coin. Release videos every day talking about the markets as well. If you're interested in learning about the markets and how they work, that's ideal for you. If you're a crypto beginner, we have a series of tutorials. These are steps from A to Z, how to get started in crypto. But if you are looking to make these kind of profits, to have a spreadsheet that looks like this, where you're making gains of 20x's, 40x's, 50, 60, even at 677, then go read the site now, because these are my long-term investments. These are the ones I believe in firmly. And if you want to see what they are, you got to go check the site out. Remember, anything you read on there, you can verify on this channel's history. And if you like what you see, go check it out. And if you don't worry about it. Keep watching this channel for more excellent content. Now, Sonm. So Sonm underwent a swap. So we'll just check out what the swap info was, because I think they moved onto BEP20. So to fulfill the requirements of the Sonm swap, so we switched from 444 million to 44.4 million, and the volume of holding tokens and all adjusters will be scaled in the same ratio accordingly. In order to reduce Sonm gas fees, Sonm project will develop a version based on the Binance Smart Chain and issue BEP20 tokens. They will coexist, so there is an ERC20. And then there was the next set of expansions. So Sonm development team had been working relentlessly to fulfill their roadmap, aiming to create a novel fog computing architecture that will allow software to work seamlessly across the globe. So I want to talk about that. So their goal with this is decentralized fog computing. So this is where Sonm provides cloud services based on distributed customer level hardware, and that's PCs, mining equipment, and servers. And you can either rent out your hardware or use someone else's computing power for your needs. And actually, they've got a nice little profitability calculator so that you can work it out. So if, say you don't have a GPU, most people don't necessarily have the sort of NVIDIA GeForce based GPUs. So let's go with the middle version of a sort of Intel core processor. Say you've got 200 gigabytes of storage knocking about, your internet connection, let's go 50 in, 20 out, and we can calculate. And the server failed, no. So normally we would see some level of data that we could use, and it would tell us hypothetically, the profitability based upon your the configuration of your CPU or GPU. Now, I've used this before, and this does work. So it's a little frustrating that it doesn't right now. But you can see mainnet is live, current deals in place 115, and then we'll swing over to the mainnet so you can see. They work with OpenFog. That was founded in 2015. The OpenFog Consortium is a global organization with over 60 members that aim to accelerate the adoption of fog computing across the globe. Its open architecture creates a fog computing ecosystem. They work with Cloud28, is it Hewlett-Packard. It's an open community of cloud service providers. They also work with Postkino FX, and they were founded in 2009 and is the main post-production studio for Art Media Alliance. Now, when that loads, what's going on today? So right now, Sonm allows you to use decentralized cloud services, so you can either rent out other people's computing power all around the planet. You can also give power, so you've got a fog computing backend, so you can become part of the fog with Sonm. So they invite hardware suppliers to join the platform and benefit from helping customers. And you can utilize the smart contracts based marketplace. So this is a self-supporting marketplace where you can trade computing power using an internal currency, and that's the Sonm currency. Now, if this works, let's see. I think we're out of luck on this one today. Okay, so instead of constructing data centers, Sonm distributes hardware between homes. So you can turn your computer into a Sonm host node and earn money. All your resources will be utilized, not only your GPU, but also your CPU and your RAM, as well as your disks and network. It lets you your equipment benefit you and others on real-world tasks. Now, there's a benefit to this because obviously crypto miners can utilize this so you can increase your income by providing your GPU for crypto miners. Your computer can make money for you without you actually having to use it. And your server admins, you can earn money by sharing your excess capacity, so you can rent out your storage facilities. Now, again, they provide the decentralized marketplace where you can effectively negotiate with users that are trying to buy if you're trying to sell, and vice versa. You can also establish a masternode. So a Sonm holder can establish a proof-of-stake masternode that will be part of the Sonm network. The masternode will check and confirm Sonm transactions and provide token circulation from the Ethereum blockchain to the Sonm sidechain. Running a masternode will benefit an owner. The more Sonm they have, the better. And I've ran through masternodes a number of times on this channel, but we can take a look at the Sonm data for the masternodes as well. Now, realizing that they are not ERC20 standard anymore, they're not going to have a masternode, are they? So, yeah, because they've redistributed and reorganized the circulating supply, they shrank the circulating supply by a tenth. So there's no ERC20, or there is an ERC20, but it's an old version, and you can't just and it works simply on the Binance Smart Chain now. So there won't be a masternode. So one thing, again, going against them, is they've got to update this. They've got to update this, because you can't start talking about, well, it's all ERC20. The site needs updating, for sure. So hopefully they do that soon, but that's certainly going against it. As it said, mainnet is live. You can view the mainnet status. However, whenever you try and load it, it does not work. So again, not really a big positive. Now, they are constantly upgrading and updating Twitter. So it's worth noting that they have been talking about like the allocations of and the introduction onto Binance. They've talked about the swap to BNB, and yeah, they need to update a little more than that, though. I will say, Twitter could be a little more regular than that. In terms of the Explorer, we can see Sonm currently 3,400 holders. So not tons. And yes, some people are buying it. You know, there was some swaps recently. So some people are using it, but in general, not a ton of holders. So things going against this right now is the volume isn't bad. You know what, the volume, I can't knock that much. 3.6 million of a 33 million market cap isn't terrible at all on a 24-hour basis. And they're consistently getting pretty good volume. You know, they had this huge spike, which was as a result of the Binance adding a Binance trading pair, I believe. So there's nearly $1 billion on that day. Now, the things going for this is, one of the big things going for this is fundamentally, look, cloud computing and fog computing are going to have a sort of run in the same way that a trend occurs, and we see the trends occur with, let's say, AI recently. We've seen trends in DeFi, we've seen trends in NFTs. You know, there will be a series of trends that occur, particularly with regards to cloud computing, because fundamentally the options within decentralized platforms are better than what's on offer with Amazon, with Apple. So Sonm can benefit from that, particularly with the ability to rent out GPUs. So that's a big plus. Let's have a look. Let's see if that works instead. Maybe that works better than that one. Sonm Blockchain Explorer, our new useful tool. Explorer beta. Okay. So there's another thing that I do like is that video rendering can be utilized. Now, video rendering ends up being an insanely time-consuming task, and it's also a computing task. So utilizing GPU for rendering with tiny price points comparative to what you would require with the commercial software, huge plus, huge plus. And there's actually a benefit to this. There's a utilization that can be done with this. And I think they could have that wave feasibly in, have we got it? Yeah, we got it. Right. So we could actually, it could experience that massive wave when, just not having any luck. I suppose it's beta, isn't it? Yeah, they could certainly have a wave when your sort of decentral cloud computing run occurs. And, you know, if there was a massive hack on like the cloud or something again, inevitably you would see a huge wave of a run within crypto on that sort of category, that sector. You'd see the Osaya coins run, and you would see very possibly Sonm benefit from that. Right now, the downsides for me currently are the website is not being viewed very often at all per month. Getting around about 20,000 views a month on the site, or 20,000 people visiting the site, which is not really enough right now. Probably isn't enough as of right now to warrant the market cap that it's got. So they need to increase the user base. They also need to update the site because the site is just tragically behind at the moment. You know, they've got everything is still referencing ERC20. So that, for me, is a real negative. And they don't have many holders. They only have 3,000 holders. So I think the negatives outweigh the positives in this. Now, for me, there's a shot that this could run up. Its long-term view is actually pretty damn good on the charts. And you could make the argument that this could maybe make a run up to $5 or $6 potentially. Because fundamentally, that would put it a market cap of, you know, about $250 million, which is doable. Particularly if there's a cloud computing, you know, if there's a decentralized cloud computing run. But if there isn't one, and they don't increase their user base, and they don't update their site, and they don't start being more communicative on platforms like Twitter, where they can actually grow a following and make people aware of them, then I don't think they'll grow at all. So there is a potential for maybe $5 or $6. It's probably one I'd stay away from, to be honest, because I think fundamentally right now, the negatives outweigh the positives, but it does have a shot of doing something. But until they update the site, until they grow that user base, until they grow the website visits alone, and until they're more communicative to their community, I would be hesitant to get in on this one. But again, if there's a massive run, if there's a cloud computing, if there's a cloud hack, the crypto platforms, the decentralized platforms could really profit from that, and Sonm would definitely fall into that category with their fog computing. And then all of a sudden, that could run to $6, $5-6. But there's a big but there, They've got to grow. They've got to grow. They've got to get people more aware of the project. They've got to update stuff. And if they do, then maybe they've got a shot. But yeah, it's probably one to stay away from, in all honesty. Because too many of the features on the site aren't working. And they should be working. So, yeah. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. They'll also save you money. You might have jumped in on Sonm. I personally wouldn't jump in on Sonm as of right now. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own, before I get to the news regarding Gemini, if you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. I let the members know about any coin I own. Anytime I buy a coin or sell a coin, all members are alerted in real time. If you go to the site, everything that you read on the site, you can verify on this channel. You can also see, guys, the history of everything I've said, and you can verify it. That's always a good thing. We have a ton of tutorials. If you're a crypto beginner, these tutorials are exactly what you need to get started. If you guys want to learn about the markets on a daily basis, we always release content every day talking about the markets and how the market's going to move. And then on top of that, if you want to make these kind of profits, then you want to go read the site. And if what you read you like, then maybe I'll see you there. And if you don't, keep watching these videos because I want to see you here. And guys, JP Morgan has ended their banking relationship with Gemini. Now, is this going to be the beginning of a domino effect? It might well be. JP Morgan, Chase and Co. are cutting ties with Gemini, according to someone very, very close to the situation. The decision has come days after the Silvergate Capital Corp, one of the most influential lenders in the digital asset industry, warned of doubts over its ability to continue as a going concern, fueling a sort of drop in the crypto markets, which we all saw and experienced last week. In a tweet, Gemini said its relationship with the bank remains intact. However, JP Morgan has declined to comment. Analysts have warned a lack of options for cryptocurrency firms looking for banking partners in the US after regulators cautioned banks to be on alert for any liquidity risks could stem from their involvement with crypto clients. Last month, the Fed and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency said banks should have robust tools in place to monitor funds placed by crypto asset related entities. And obviously, major exchange FTX's collapse spurred Silvergate's depositors into withdrawing $8 billion from the bank in the fourth quarter, which sparked an enormous liquidity crisis at the lender. JP Morgan's plan was first reported by CoinDesk, and we will find out more as time goes on. But yeah, massive American bank. If they are the first of many to start cutting ties with exchanges, there is going to be a legitimate liquidity issue for exchanges as well. So this could be the beginning of a domino effect, and we have fun in the air. Now, again, I'm not overly concerned. Well, I'm not concerned about this at all, but it does. It could lead to another market downturn, particularly if this was doubled down on with news from, I don't know, Goldman Sachs, someone like that. If they followed did a similar thing, if Bank of America did a similar thing, because it would just fuel concerns. Now, this is obviously going to have massive repercussions for Gemini themselves, but if we start seeing stories like this similar that are attached to other exchanges, this could lead to a market bleed. So something to be aware of, guys, if you're in massive positions or any longs in the market at this moment in time. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy.